go into a little bit of a meditation. Oops. And just get comfortable in your seats and unfold your arms and legs if you want. Close your eyes if you want. Lower the gaze if you want. Look at me if you want. Do whatever you want. And it's called the universal voice. So how many here have ever heard the expression that we're spiritual beings having a physical or a human experience? Raise your hands if you've ever heard we are spiritual beings having a human or physical experience. And sometimes I like to refer to us as human spirits because one of the main principles that I live by is the idea that spirit or source or God or whatever you want to call that power, infinite wisdom, is all there is. And everything in the seen and the unseen worlds and the spaces in between are made of this essence, substance, presence. And one of the things that makes us different from spirit is we do have a body, and spirit doesn't. Think about that. It's just an energy. We're all energy, but we have physical energy. Because of that, we get to see and hear and taste and be and feel for spirit. Spirit gets to experience being human through us, by means of us. And the other thing that makes us different from that metaphysical or non-physical energy is that we have something called free will. How many people have heard of free will? Free will means that we're always at choice, even if we don't know we're at choice. If you don't make a choice, that's a choice too. We are always at choice when we tune into the universal voice, but it takes discipline to listen into the universal voice. Now, it doesn't take discipline for some people because they've done it so much, it's become a habitual way of being. To listen in to the universal voice. You've heard the answers are within, because all of source or God or whatever you want to call it, there is no there is the center, which is everywhere, and the circumference is nowhere. It's everywhere present. We can find it inside of ourselves. When we're at a place where we have to make a decision or a choice, there's a universal choice. It's the love in the universal voice, but it takes discipline to listen into the universal voice. Sometimes that discipline is just remembering to remember that we can go within. We can ask Spirit, what do I need to know? What's next for me? The universal voice is still and small. The universal voice answers every call. This comes from within, below, and above, as the sacred sounds of love. The universal voice brings us knowing. The universal voice keeps us growing. The universal voice sets us free to roam to the universal sound of Om. You all know the Om? You know that that is the universal sound of creation. Some of us have heard that in the beginning there was the Word, but really I believe, and a lot of people believe, I'm well defended in this belief, it began with a sound, with a vibration that went, oh. Let's try that together. Oh. Think of a wish or a thought or a desire that you'd like to have. Just keep oming, that's good. I'll talk you home. And again. We are always at choice when we tune into the universal voice, but it takes discipline to listen into the universal voice. Try that with me. It takes discipline to listen into the universal voice. One more time. It takes discipline to listen. Come back to the room. Yay, come on back. And so I'm going to move into, I guess, do you guys call it the homily? Yeah, it's the talk, the lesson. The message. Lots of words for it. So today is on celebrating the interdependent web of all existence. And we did actually sing about that a little bit. So, last June, 2024, a year ago, June, the Unitarian Universalist Association updated its core guiding document, replacing the 7 principles with a new framework called the values. I mean, you already, while Dick was talking about it, I go, oh, that's the talk, okay, I can leave. But there's more to it. And so we still have the 7 principles, but they're in a different context. And they're a flower with these petals. See how we have it here? The petals. And the center is love. And then there's all the different values that come off of that. I think there's 6 values. And so I may still refer to it as a 7th principle, but it is the value of interdependence. And as Reverend Barbara Wells Ten Hove explains, quote, the principles, now values, are not dogma or doctrine, but rather a guide for those of us who choose to join and participate in Unitarian Universalist religious communities. That's us, right? The 7th principle or value, which is respect for the interdependent web of all existence of which we are part. Now it's the value of interdependence. Oh, I like that. So now I have, there was a book called The 7 Principles in Word and Worship, and so written by Reverend Forrest Gilmore. I'm just going to read about the principle, and you can think of it as a value. Quote, our 7th principle, value, respect for the interdependent web of all existence, is a glorious statement. Yet we make a profound mistake when we limit it to merely an environmental idea. It's not just for the environmentalists, it's for everybody, because it's a connecting of everything. And it's so much more. It's so much more. It is our response to the great dangers of both individualism and oppression. Anybody feeling a little bit of oppression lately? It is our solution to the seeming conflict between the individual and the group. And he continues, our 7th principle, value, may be our Unitarian Universalist way of coming fully to embrace something greater than ourselves. The interdependent web expressed as the spirit of life, the ground of all being, the oneness. I'm going to really talk about oneness, because to me, that's the interdependent web is an affirming of the oneness that we all are. It's a community-forming power, the process of life, the creative force, even God can help us develop that social understanding of ourselves that we in our culture so desperately need. It is a source of meaning to which we can dedicate our lives. And I have dedicated my life to the idea of oneness. You know that expression, I am that I am? You know, you put a comma in there, I am that, I am. Life is a mirror. Whatever we see out here is a reflection of what's going on in here. And that's where the power is. The power is here and now. You know, you can learn from the past, but you're learning now, or you can set intentions for the future, but you're doing that in the now present moment. So that is where the power is. And I have another quotation here from Karen Casey. She's author of a book called Daily Meditations for Practicing A Course in Miracles. Is anybody here familiar with A Course in Miracles? A few people? Yeah. It's too much for me. It's like, it's hard. I'd rather study Abraham Hicks. A lot easier, but it's the same information. I mean, there's not really any new information, but it's presented in a different way. And so, Karen says, as we see our oneness with God, we heal the world. If we have always been one with God, why must we see this fact anew now? Our oneness is as elusive as this world is illusory. Let's continue to practice attentiveness anyway, which is consciousness, being aware. Oh, that's right. I have the answers here. I can just remember to go within. Each time we catch a glimpse of our real connection to each other and God, or what you can put any other word in there if you'd like, spirit, source, higher power, we feel safe, at peace, and complete. This feeling, when expressed to others, fosters peace in them as well. The world is healed by the acknowledgement that we are one. The way I like to describe that, it's as if everything that exists in the seen and the unseen world, and the spaces in between, let's just say it's a gigantic sun that has infinite rays coming off of it. And each one of us is one of those rays. So we're connected by that allness. And I like to even remember and teach that each of everything, the chairs, the floor, everything, is made of that substance. So I am 100% made of source energy. Now, I'm not all of source energy, but I'm a unique, as we all are, expression, a unique and individualizing expression of source energy. How does that feel to know that I am made of God, Goddess, all there is? I'm part of that. We're all part of it. Everything is part of it. But the difference, because we're human beings and we have that consciousness that we can raise and stay aware, we can set intentions, we can help each other. You know, we have the awareness, which is so powerful. It can be so powerful. And the oneness that we are, that we acknowledge, makes us peaceful. And why don't we hang on to this idea? Do we really favor agitation? There is no satisfactory explanation. The ego isn't logical and it's at fault. Now, the ego, you can't be a human being and not have an ego. You have to have an ego if you're a human being, but what I like to have the differentiation of the human ego, the little e, and the ego that makes us who we are, the big E, is that whenever we want things to be other than how they are right now, we want it different. Oh, I don't want. That's suffering. It's kind of a Buddhist idea, but that's the suffering. We want it different from how it is. And you know, if you're in a flow and you go, oh, I'd like that. Oh, I have that. And it comes. I want that. I want that. I don't want this. I want that. And there's tension involved. And this is part of the passion test process. When we can set an intention and put our attention on it, that's good. That's law of attraction. What we focus on gets bigger. But the minute we start adding that tension and trying to make it happen and not being happy with what we have now, that's the ego. That's the small ego, edging God out. Because we don't know any better than spirit. The way it is the way it is. And we have power to make changes. But right here in this moment, there's a level of accepting and adapting and adjusting. So we can be sure of, what we can be sure of is that any feeling we harbor that isn't peace has not been fostered by spirit. That's when the human little ego comes in. If our assignment is to heal the world, we'd better figure out how to stay in touch with spirit. This isn't all that hard. A simple request for its presence to be known is all we're asked to do. And an ask can also be an affirmation. I am one with Source. I am one with you. I am powerful. I am. I am having my needs met all times right now. All my needs are met. I'm perfect, whole, and completely healthy. I mean, this is some of my just go-to affirmations. You know, if I find myself in a lucid dream, I'm like, I'm perfect, whole, and completely healthy. It's a good time to figure out what's important to you and affirm it whenever you can. It becomes a habitual way of thinking and being. We embody these ideas. And we can let go of fear, because if we know who and what we're made of, what we are, we have all the power of the universe backing us. It's really an amazing place to be. So, you know, sometimes we'll even say, there is only one of us. I like that idea. There's only one of us, just different expressions. And I had a yoga teacher when I went to Montclair State in New Jersey back in the 70s. And one of the things that he talked about, I remember two different things he talked about, and a third activity besides yoga. He taught us that less is more. Like, you can't take it with you, you know, so enjoy what you have now. It's like, oh, do you have to have that, you know, next giant thing, or can you be happy in the moment? And that one, and that, this idea that the air that we breathe, we smile in the same language, we all breathe the same air. That idea was powerful to me, because I think about that, how we're all breathing. And when I was talking about this during COVID, it wasn't exactly popular, but whether we like it or not, we are breathing the same air. And I can picture that air that connects us, like that interdependent web, and that can help to foster feelings of oneness. And so I have a few more quotations, and then we'll get to some more music. Life is a great tapestry. The individual is only a thread in an immense and miraculous pattern. That was stated by Albert Einstein. Yeah, Albert. Here's another one, quote. Oh, I love this one. You don't need another person, place, or thing to make you whole. God already did that. Your job is to know it, end quote. That's by Maya Angelou. Yeah. Here's one, quote, you are whole and also part of larger and larger circles of wholeness. You may not even know about these circles of wholeness, but you're part of it. You're never alone, and you already belong. You belong to humanity. You belong to life. You belong to this moment, this breath. And that's by Jon Kabat-Zinn, a well-known proponent of mindfulness meditation. And the last one is, quote, those who love you are not fooled by mistakes you have made or dark images you hold about yourself. They remember your beauty when you feel ugly, your wholeness when you are broken, your innocence when you feel guilty, and your purpose when you are confused. And that was said by Alan Cohen. And he's a well-known, like a New Thought author. He's got dozens and dozens of books, and he's from New Jersey too. And when he used to come out to the East Coast, I was his, I'd pick him up at the airport. I'd play music at his events, and even went to Hawaii and took his mastery program. So there's a song here that was inspired by some of his books. Let me see what happened to it. There it is. Okay. And book title is Take a Deep Breath of Life. There's that breath again. Take a deep breath of life. Dare to be yourself is another book title. Joy can be your compass, and Lifestyles of the Rich in Spirit. So I didn't use Are You as Happy as Your Dog? But he had there's so many books that he had. But I used those four. I was inspired to write Breathe Deeply. And first thing we're going to do is we're going to inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And again, you gonna just sing, breathe deeply, breathe deeply, breathe deeply, breathe deeply, like this. Take a deep breath of life and dare to be yourself. Follow love, follow bliss. Joy can be your compass. Here's us now. Of the universe, of the gratefulness that we live on earth. Come on. We are one. Yes, we are one. We are daughter. We are son. We are father and mother. We are children of each other. I am healed. It's in the field, it's truth revealed. What I know and feel, these are riches of the Spirit. It's the one voice, you can hear it. Let me hear you. Some doo-wop backup singers helping me out on the album. They were going dum lum 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 lum. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to move on to another idea that supports the interdependent web of which we are all we're all part. So, way back sometime in the 1980s, I found out about this place in northern New Jersey called Genesis Farms, and it started in 1980. It was founded as a project of the Dominican Sisters. Go nuns! I went to Catholic school, so I loved the nuns. I actually did. Directed by Sister Miriam McGillis since its birth in 1980, and she retired in 2020, 40 years later. I heard her once talking, giving a speech. It was somewhere in New York City back in the 80s, and I heard her quote the ecological thinker, Thomas More. Anybody here familiar with Thomas More? That was the first time I ever heard of him. Author and former monk. Figures that as Dominican sister and a monk. So I'm going to paraphrase what I remember her saying, and it was a defining moment for me that brought me into really wanting to take care of the planet, our mother. We are each a microcosm of the earth. Mother Earth herself is a sentient being. The trees on the planet are her lungs. The rivers and streams are her bloodstream. And get this, human beings are the brains and the technology of the earth. We've got to watch ourselves, right? And we don't really need another technological breakthrough, do we? I mean, sometimes they're fun, but I think we need more breakthroughs in humanity. Yeah. You know, just, I'm going to go off on a tangent. A man that was helping my sister fix some things, and he wanted to find out where he could take his vintage film and have it developed. And I was like, well, I don't know. So I go, wait a minute. And I said, open up ChatGTP. And I'm like, hi, Chatty. Oh, hi, Elaine. And I asked her where he could go. He lives in Hagerstown. And he was flabbergasted. There were 3 places he could go to do this. And she was telling us. I love that kind of technology. That was really powerful. And first time my sister heard it, she was flabbergasted. It was funny. But with technology that's actually helpful. So I wanted to do a song that was inspired by that idea of we are the earth. You know, we're a microcosm. And we're a microcosm of the universe too. So your part goes like this. Mother, Mother Nature, you are the ground we walk upon. Let's try that part. Mother, Mother Nature, you are the ground we walk upon. Now next. Mother, Mother Nature, you are the air we breathe. Let's try that much. Mother, Mother Nature, you are the air we breathe. Mother, Mother Nature, your fire warms my heart and soul. Mother, Mother Nature, your fire warms my heart and soul. Mother, Mother Nature, your waters bring me peace. Mother, Mother Nature, your waters bring me peace. Let's take it from the top. Mother, Mother Nature, you are the ground. You are the ground we walk upon. Mother, Mother Nature, you are the air. You are the air we breathe. Mother, Mother Nature, your fire warms my heart and soul. Mother, Mother Nature, your waters bring me peace. It's up to us to build the will. Communication is the skill. Cooperation brings goodwill. Let's keep the earth fulfilled. Here we go. Mother, Mother Nature, you are the ground we walk upon. Mother, Mother Nature, you are the air. You are the air we breathe. Mother, Mother Nature, your fire warms my heart and soul. Mother, Mother Nature, your waters bring me peace. We are microcosms of the planet Earth. Deep within her essence is our sacred worth. We are microcosms of the universe, and spirit brings us peace. One more time, big voices. Here we go. Mother, Mother Nature, you are the ground we walk upon. Mother, Mother Nature, you are the air we breathe. Mother, Mother Nature, your fire warms my heart and soul. Mother, Mother Nature, your waters bring me peace, bring me peace, bring me peace, bring me peace. Bring me peace, bring me peace, bring me peace. Bring me peace, bring me peace, bring me peace. Mother Nature brings us peace. Beautiful job, really great. I love that, beautiful harmony. Wow. So back in 2017, there was, there is every summer, I believe. It's called the Summer Reading Program, and it's with the libraries, and it's for children. So they have a different theme every year. And in 2017, the theme was, build a better world. Build a better world. You know, that idea of building was kind of in people's consciousness, build a better world. And I called up one of the library that was in charge to find out how I could enter it or do some library programs for kids. I've done lots of kids things with that theme. And as she's explaining the theme to me over the phone, I'm writing this song, Build a Better World, getting ideas. And they ended up using it as their theme song that year, Build a Better World. And the chorus goes like this. Let's build a better world for every boy and girl, every woman and man, take them by the hand. Let's build a better world, build a better world for every boy and girl, every woman and man, take them by the hand. And let's build a better world. Let's build a better world for every boy and girl, every woman and man, take them by the hand. Let's build a better world. We are one big family, and we are the human race on a big and beautiful planet, spinning through outer space. Here we go. Let's build a better world for every boy and girl, every woman and man, take them by the hand. Let's build a better world. Everyone has value, and we all need love and respect. Build a better world as we reach out to connect. Let's build a better world for every boy and girl, every woman and man, take them by the hand. Let's build a better world. Do unto each other, it's the wise and golden rule. You're my sister, you're my brother. Life is one big school. Let's build a better world for every boy and girl, every woman and man, take them by the hand. And let's build a better world. Now we're going to swing it a little bit. Let's build a better world for every boy and girl, every woman and man, take them by the hand. Let's build a better world. Let's build a better world. How about in the present tense? We are building a better world. Come on. We are building a better world. Let's build a better world. Better than a wall. Okay, one more song for the program. And this was inspired by the 2018 school shooting that took place in Parkland in Florida. And I was living in West Palm Beach during that time from my husband's job. Right? We lived there for 4 years. And it actually ended up being a divine appointment. And I can tell you more about that another time. But it was really powerful to move there and have so many things happen. One of my friends, Dr. Bob, we call him, he was a counselor at the hospital where a lot of the people that were survivors but were injured had gone, and he counseled people. It was really, really amazing time. And the thing that makes it amazing to me is that those high school students, they got a whole movement going because of that. So, you know, I'm not saying it was a good thing to happen, but good can come out of anything. You know, we adapt, we adjust. And so I wrote this song that's called We Are the People. And it was really, I was so inspired. It's all we have to do is vote. Come on, everybody. We just have to vote. And I'm a certified voter registrar with the League of Women Voters in Sarasota. And, you know, I go to rallies and I register people. I'm one of them. And so I wrote this song. And I have a friend that lives in England. His name is William Fairiefield. He loves fairies. He loves me. We've never met, but I wrote this song and I sent it to him and he made a whole video on it. And so this was in 2018, but this guy loves probably still Bernie Sanders. So in the video, there's like Bernie Sanders is all over this video, and I was thinking while on my way over here, I ought to ask Fairiefield if he'll could you just redo something, because it's dated now. You know, there's no Hillary in it, but there's lots of Bernie. You know, and there's many. I call them special guests that are in the video, and so. The Dalai Lama makes an appearance, and this is a direct quotation from him. The world will be saved by the Western women. I love that. Well, it was close so far. It was close. We got to get that back. And then the suffragists of the 1920s who really worked and fought and sacrificed for women to have the vote. And then, of course, the Pussy Hats are in this. And there's Gandhi. And the Obamas are in it, and of course Bernie Sanders. The Golden Rule makes an appearance. Ernest Holmes, who is the founder of the Science of Mind, New Thought philosophy, he's got a beautiful quotation in there. John and Yoko are in the video a bunch of times, and my favorite special guest is a dancing Statue of Liberty, and she's going counterclockwise, the way the moon goes around the earth. And so the video, if you just go on YouTube and look for We Are the People by Elaine Silver, you'll see it. And there is a little part at the end. And it was really about getting people to vote because, you know, we are the people. We are the people, and we can bring change. We have the power to rearrange. Vote them in, vote them out as we march, sing and shout. Vote them out, vote them in, this could be a big win. We are the people, and we can bring change. We have the power to rearrange. The world will be saved by the Western women, that's clear. One step at a time as we let go of fear. We are the women, and we have brought change. We've taken our power, and we've rearranged. Vote them in, vote them out's what I'm talking about. Vote them out, vote them in, this is now our biggest win. It takes a measure of courage to work on this plan, and we have been willing since time began. See the change be the change. Yes, we can, yes, we can. See the change, be the change. Yes, we can, yes, we can. There is a rule that is golden and true. Do unto others as you would have them do to you. We are the people, and we can bring change right now in this hour. There's power to claim. We are the people, and we're bringing change. We have the power to rearrange. Vote them in, vote them out, as we march, sing and shout. Vote them out, vote them in, this could be a big win. Vote them in, vote them out, this is now our biggest win. See the change, be the change. Yes, we can, yes, we can. This is your part. See the change, be the change. Yes, we can, yeah, we can. See the change, be the change. Yes, we can, yes, we can. See the change, be the change. Yes, we can, yes, we can. One more. See the change, be the change. Yes, we can, yes, we can. See the change, be the change. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. And so it is. Thank you, everybody.